Hello, everybody. This is a cast of Artosis versus Nagirim. This was played on the BattleNet ladder just a few days ago. Artosis, I'm sure you know who this is, but he's my co-host from the GSL and the ASL. Just recently reaching 2,400 MMR on the ladder, which is insane. Props to him. This is one of the games for him on... Sorry, you can see... this is Artosis says the shape of that natural is stupid. This the two of them talking. I think that my Twitch chat slightly covers that up. It says Mutas harassed from both sides. This is so funny. And now, Nagirim, if you don't know him, he was a member of the TOT clan or the TOT clan, a really powerful European clan. They're both active on the ladder now. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. And in future casts, I'll make sure that my Twitch chat doesn't cover up what the players are saying to each other. I'll move that. So here we go. We've got Nagirim down here in the bottom right, and Artosis here in the bottom left. And yeah, guys, this should be an interesting one to see here from Artosis. He's been putting in a lot of work on his TVZ, and I think it's really paid off. I always feel like that was maybe the weaker matchup for him, even though I think he thinks that his TVP is probably his weakest. But I think as of late, he's really improved on it. So a little bit of history. These are two players, huge in the foreign scene from two really historic teams. Artosis was the leader of the media team, which was a really good North American team. I was also a member of that team as well. TOT, though, where Nagirim's from, I mean, this had players like Mondragon and so many other just top-tier, godlike Europeans. And so it's cool to see that, even though I think a lot of times when we think about StarCraft 1, we always think of the Korean scene. There really was a vibrant, healthy, skilled non-Korean scene that did make for some amazing games. And these guys are both ranked right up there with the very best Koreans. The same guys we cast on ASL. So this game, Artosis goes for Depot Barracks Depot. Which should allow him to expand in a little bit here. He did not do anything like try to put this out by his entrance. This is a fairly new map, and so there might be reasons why he wasn't comfortable doing that just yet, although I think he could have done that here, and it would have been completely fine. Over here, we've got the hatchery finishing, drones now mining gas, and SCV is going to come through and scout and see what's going on. At this moment, you're basically orbiting around the hatchery, trying to confirm that a layer is going to start. Because if it's not a layer, it's going to be a weird game. Now, the command center started over here. And honestly, I mean, these are pretty neutral openings. There's not a whole lot to say. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the map for a second here. On this map, you have these large vacant areas that are droppable. You can also attack them from, even with Marines, hit what's mining the minerals over here. You can hit some of those patches with Marines. This area that I have covered up goes all the way up behind this area here. You can also mine out this small patch of 160 minerals to open this up and give you access to here. I'm not totally sure on what role this plays in TVZ yet because the map is so new and I mean, full disclosure, I'm not a Zerg or a Terran player, so it's a little bit harder for me to intuit, but it does seem like these central bases, like this one over here, do not play as much of a role. The 4 Marines have actually pushed in, and I think Artosis smelled maybe a little bit of greed here. He's going to come forward now. He micros pretty well. I think he maybe could have gotten a few more drones, but at the end of the day, getting 2 drones is pretty worth it. He ends up killing off that final Marine. And the SCV is just going to run in here and see if he can't get a scout. Now, I don't think a Spire's actually started. So, even though he doesn't see a Spire, you basically know, because otherwise there would have been a den. Because the den would have already been started before the layer finishes if this was to be synced up normally. Back here, the 3 Marines can probably easily shut down the 2 Zerglings, and so not too much else to say there. The double racks, along with the Academy, is here. I don't see an eBay. There are variations of this build where you get an eBay first. and just try to, layer on upgrades so that you're in a pretty good spot in the game. Now, this was a bit of a weird start because Artosis did do the Marine push, and the Spire is a little bit late. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but the rhythm is a little bit off. And so now we're going to go into, I guess, what you could call the classic TVZ scenario for mid-game, where Zerg's going to power up to Mutalisks, take a third base, where we're not exactly sure yet. And Terran's going to try to muster a push over time. And, these positions are never cut and dry. You really have to see how both players control. The way I always think of this is that Terrans and Zergs in this matchup both have these glass cannon armies. And so, sometimes Marines can just kill Zerglings outright. In other situations, if the Zerglings get the right angling, the Zerglings will just overwhelm the Marines. Okay, so this push is engineered to force the sunken colonies. You got to be careful on this map because you actually, the travel distance is really short to get over here. And he's actually going to stim. This reminds me of a game we saw Ample do. This Evo Chamber is just to get in the way, to buy a fraction or two of a second more. Artosis is so on top of it. His splitting there was so good. So he just killed the drones. He's killed the sunken colony. He's killing the mutas. I think actually this game might be over. He just got in there in the nick of time, and I'm a little bit stunned by how quick the Marines can actually get over there, but the pre-stim was pretty genius. 4 mutas left. Actually a fire bat and a Marine over here as well. And he just, I think at this point in time, there's so many ways you can win this game. It looks like he is going to be able to recover this. But at this point in time, 16 drones here, 2 of them not mining. He's going to hide this and try to run it. The Overlord's going to see it, but I like the idea. Back at home, I mean, Artosis has literally doubled the workers. The turrets should all be done at a point where I don't think the mutas can even do anything. We've got 7 Mutalisks out. Surely a couple more are going to hatch after we get some more drones back in here. I think Nagarim made the right call, knowing he has to drone up at this moment. So we've got the mutas driven back again. I don't know, man. I mean, this is a really tough one to recover from because I don't think you have any damage you can trade out. Oh, that sucks. These 2 SCVs are entombed between the 2 turrets and the scanner and these 2 buildings. I guess they can always repair now. +1 air attack is coming. So he's going to just try to roam. You really can't get a lot done in a moment like this. Even the turrets back here are so good. And I think this is the right idea, is to make this many turrets in a moment like this, because it's hard to ever actually commit onto the turrets themselves. He even tries to come through behind over here. He is going to actually try to kill this. He's oscillated between targeting the SCV and targeting the turret. So the mutas are going to get this done. But look at this. There's a push already coming out here. Artosis is stimming before he's even halfway there. Oh, man. I mean, I don't think the mutas can get back here in time. He stims again. This man has lost his mind. Stimmed twice just to get there. Yeah, the hatchery goes down. Oh my god, the mutas are so damaged. And, I mean, maybe the Zerg holds this. Or maybe not. Yeah, that's going to be that. All right. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit longer. I pull these games off of Seawall, seawall.gg, which is where you can find ladder games from pros. Anybody that's at the top of the ladder, you can find. So I never know what the results are going to be like, but cool to see Artosis playing that well. And it's also cool to see we got a lot of old school legends that were not Korean, who are still on the ladder, who are still playing extremely well, like Nagarim. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel and join me on my Twitch stream where I cast these. Also, see this shirt? It says Never Lucky, Dungeons & Dragons dice. You can buy this at my merch shop, tastelessthreads.com. We got tons of cool shirts, hats, mouse pads, all sorts of stuff. I think you guys would enjoy. So check that out. And I hope to see you in a future video. Bye-bye. Stay safe out there.